danse. Bismoyape agopsquil nzikason Maskwacis ochtenea. My name is Rainbow Blanket Woman, my Cree name, and my other name is Muriel Lee. I live in Ermineskin, and I've lived here since 1970.
Okay, my name is Margaret Montour. I'm from the Sampson community, and I'm a mother of 7 children, down to 4. And I come from a large family circle.
Hi, my name is Lena Cutknife. I'm from Sampson, Cree Nation, and I've lived in Sampson most of my life, except when I was going to school in Calgary.
So our prenatal clinic runs on 2 days. So Thursday clinic is a PCN prenatal, and that we will see patients from start to 24 weeks. And they're seen by 3 different GPs. Patient comes in, we check them in, do height, weight, and blood pressure. Normally they're in the waiting room for a little bit of time. But the elder introduces themselves, sits down with them, asks if they have any questions. They're very good about, stating, bring your spouse, if your spouse can come, it's important. They put their name in for a draw for a moss bag as well, so that's exciting for them. And it just might just be any questions they might have about their culture or just to visit with them even.
So I kind of talked to them a little about the culture and what they wanted to do with, if they wanted to follow that or if they wanted to follow their own beliefs. I left it open for them. And if they wanted to talk about the culture, and they would ask questions and that. And I used to talk to the fathers. They were supportive, with their wives, and some of them had 5 kids already. So 4 or 5 kids, 3.
I like talking about the kinship. Yeah, I share some of it to the young mothers, what all went through. Yeah. I think it's very important for this generation to know the past, to hear about it, to listen to it. There's a big difference. Yeah. What goes on now, getting into a delivery room and, the experiences you go through. Yeah. My grandma had her own herbs to use, for pain. Yeah. Yes.
So in our early meetings in the community, when I was engaging the community and building relationships and starting to work with people to help support moms, there were a number of gaps that they noted in care for women. So obviously cultural and spiritual support is something that's really important to the Cree people of Maskwacis, and that's not something that you'd necessarily get in your regular care. So that's something that we wanted to provide with the Elders Mentoring Program, an opportunity for women and dads as well to engage in that if they want. Some of these moms may have experienced discrimination in the past, or they know someone that has, and coming to the neighboring town, leaving their community and going into a clinic like this doesn't always feel like the safest experience. So we wanted to make it safer for them. And we thought that having someone from the community that's well respected, that is coming from a loving, supportive approach, a smiling face, when they walk through the door would help moms feel safer. When we talk to the care providers at the clinics, They all wanted to know more about the community. They wanted to have a greater cultural understanding or cultural sensitivity or whatever term you want to use, but felt like they weren't sure how to go about getting that. And we've tried to set that up in various ways. And the Elders Mentoring Program is another way to provide that for care providers. So they have a chance to interact with the elders as well and learn about Maskwacis and learn about how to better support the women they're caring for.
We're not only there just for the moms, the staff too. We pay attention to them. We teach those girls that answer the phone there Cree. Just simple little communication phrases. Hello, how are you? Like that. But we don't teach them the whole sentence at once. We teach them word by word. And this one day I went to work and I wasn't even thinking, and I said, Tanse, to one of the staff, and then she said, Namoya nanto kiyamaga. And that means, I am fine, how about you? So that's what, that's kind of like a way to make all of those around us, how we try to connect them. I think the most important reason why I like working there is because I appreciate and understand the young people's disconnection. Like, they don't talk Cree, so it was a good opportunity to teach them, to influence them, to be there, and especially as they're expecting the future generation, that they carry the future generation.
Really what the elders tell me is when they're engaging with the parents, it's just very conversational. You know, they give space for the parents to bring up whatever concerns they might have, and they'll do the best they can to offer that support. Moms and dads might need support beyond the clinic hours, and the elders are very open to doing that. They'll give out their cell phone numbers. So if, for instance, mom would like an elder to be present when she gives birth, that has happened, and things like that. Or if mom needs support after 4:30 when the clinic is shut down, she has that number, she can reach out.
And the main thing that came with the program was having the moss bags. And I was really interested in that, because we used moss bags with our babies way back. And we used a swing. And I talked to them about those things. Some of them were interested, and some of them were already practicing that. You know, it was good.
The mothers were looked after a long time ago, before the baby is born, and we have our own creation stories about parenting. I try to explain to them that it's important to nurse the child. It's important to use the moss bag for the child. And it's important to put your babies in a swing. All of those have a purpose to help these little babies become strong, not only physically, but emotionally and spiritually, and most of all, to feel love.
There always feels like there's this disconnect just with distance as well. So it's nice that having the elders here feels like we're bridging that community, and it just feels like it's continuous access to them as well, and just feeling like we're keeping that relationship alive and those ties, those strong ties, that we are just part of their team as well. It was amazing, and then we got to meet people in the community, and people like Dr. Oster and Grant Bruno, and just learn about the work that they were doing as well. And got their feedback on what some of the patients were saying about accessing care and barriers to them as well, and then also got our insight on what we perceive to be barriers as well. And it came out that it wasn't just things like transportation or accessing services not being very easy, but also I think that there was some kind of perceptions and previous experiences that didn't bode well. So what we were trying to do is make it a warm and inviting environment where people were feeling welcome and that they could ask their questions and get safe prenatal care without that feeling of judgment or just not feeling welcome.
And boy, all of us, in any stage of life we're in, kind of need to hear a voice sometimes that says, I'll be waiting for you, come and let's talk, right? So that's what I try to really encourage. Sometimes if people are having a particularly difficult pregnancy with difficult circumstances, they have some hesitation to let that be known in their own community. So bridging the gap and even just gently encouraging them to connect with one of the elders, even if they don't want to do it that day. They have the phone number, they have the connection, that maybe down the road when they go, hey, I really need some support here, that they will reach out. Yeah, it's just a bonus to have the elders right in our midst where people can make that connection if they choose.
We're all elders, but through it all, I believe each one of us have come a long ways too, that we learned a lot of, stuff from the background of through our parents and the way my parents encouraged me. Never give up, don't look back. When you're going through problems, look ahead, hope for the best.